With an Olympic gold medal, 4 World Cup wins and a European Championship, Italy has produced some of the best footballers to ever play the game. Many of those have also graced the Premier League to devastating effect.
Just what a piece of skill. Worth the admission money alone. Fantastic start. Roberto Di Matteo.
Paolo Di Canio has scored a beauty here. Balotelli.
Italy's relationship with the Premier League is a strong one. This week, we follow a player who more than left his mark at Old Trafford. And we speak to Southampton's Manolo Gabbiadini and his equally talented sister, a legend amongst the Azzurri in the women's game. And in the country's capital, we catch up with a Premier League title-winning Serb who's returned to Rome in controversial circumstances. In a Premier League world, Italy special.
Just when it seemed that Manchester United were pulling clear, they've been pegged back, and instead of a procession, the title race is again a contest.
I was talking to myself during the game, and I wish they were going to lose, because I knew I was the only striker on the bench.
Well, he may have sustained an injury, but so have Manchester United. 2-1 down at home. What on earth is going on? Now it's Ronaldo! With 10 minutes to play.
I knew if the game wasn't going that well, I was probably coming on 100%. That was my dream.
From nowhere comes a 17-year-old striker, an Italian, Federico Macheda.
So I was a bit shocked. So I say, let's play how you can play, and this is the moment, so go and do it.
The next 3 minutes could have a huge bearing on where the title will land at the end of the season. Neville, Macheda with a good turn!
For some, flying the nest at a young age to pursue your dreams goes hand in hand with the beautiful game. Federico Macheda was just 16 when he was signed by Manchester United as a trainee. He moved with his family from Rome to begin his career at one of the Premier League's most celebrated clubs.
I grew up in Rome, and yeah, I've always enjoyed football, and started to play in my house. Like, there was a football pitch next to my house, and that's where I started, yeah. And from the first day I went to the training ground, I mean, I was surprised, because all the first team players, like even Sir Alex, came to me and say, "Hi, how are you?" And you know, they make me feel very comfortable at the start, you know. So that was a bit surprising, like to go to such a big club with some amazing players, and you know, having breakfast with the kind of Ryan Giggs and Ronaldo, Rio Ferdinand. So it was all about get through that first period, and then things were going to go great.
In his first professional season, he'd see Manchester United fight for their 11th Premier League title. But a resurgent Liverpool steered by Rafael Benitez were their closest challengers, beating them 4-1 at Old Trafford in March 2009. Yet to make his debut, a fateful day in early April changed Macheda's life yet again.
We had a game with the reserves, with the second team, and you know, Sir Alex came to me, and I was in the gym, and he told me, if you do good tonight, you have a chance to be on the bench on Sunday. And fortunately, the night I was able to score 3 goals, and that's it. Then I gave him a good answer.
Neville, Macheda, nice drag back, comes out though via Revilla boot to Giggs. Macheda with a good turn, what a moment! The 17-year-old has won it for Manchester United!
Yeah, it was a great emotion because all the sacrifice from my family and from even from myself. The reason why we went there, it was all about that time, that game. And the goal made the difference, of course, because it was such an important one and changed the season of Manchester United. It was life-changing. Like, that was the reason I dreamed of when I went to Manchester United.
We've got the whistle, and Manchester United, through a teenage Italian, have got the win that takes them back to the top.
I don't think nobody expected me to do something like this, and so even the change room was shocked. Like, never seen something like this. Like, all the players came to me and they were over the moon. Yeah, once I went to the shower, I started to cry, and you know, I was over the moon, and because that was the day that I knew it was gonna change my life.
United saw off Liverpool's competition to win the league by 4 points. Despite his heroics against Villa, Macheda didn't qualify to receive a winner's medal as he hadn't played enough games. And there was more disappointment to come.
Well, the following season I started to have a more physical problem, to be fair. I've been out of the team for at least 4 months at the start of the season. When I go back, I played my part as well and played a few games, but yeah, that season wasn't really the best.
In the 2009-10 season, he made only 5 Premier League appearances, scoring just 1 goal. With competition for a starting place fierce, Sir Alex Ferguson sat down with Macheda at the end of the year.
I was a bit shocked because I didn't want to move, because I think I was improving there, and he wanted me to play every game, and there I didn't have a chance to do it. So we decided to go alone, and of course I took the thing not as serious as I should have done it, because I decided to go back to Italy. Sir Alex wanted me to stay in England because I had probably half of the Premier League club after me that window, and so I just had to decide where to go.
After his loan at Sampdoria, spells at Queen's Park Rangers and Stuttgart followed, as well as a move to a market town in South Yorkshire.
At one point of my career, I started to say to myself, you have to go somewhere where you have the place guaranteed. You have to be a footballer now. You can't go like to top clubs and play 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And I went to Doncaster, which I didn't know even was. I didn't know what they're playing, what club that was, and what league they were gonna play. And I spoke to the manager, and he told me, "You come in here, you play in every game." That decision was the best decision of my life, because I went to Doncaster, and then the other 6 months I went to Birmingham, and I ended up scoring 13, 14 goals that season, which was the best season I've had.
A move to Cardiff and further loan at Nottingham Forest followed, before signing on a free for Serie B side Novara, where he's back enjoying life.
As soon as they talked to me, I didn't think it's wise to come here, because everything around was good. It's a nice club in a small city. It's probably between the 2 biggest cities of football in Italy, which is Milan and Turin. I've done all my career in England, so I knew one day I would go back to Italy, but it wasn't like desire, I need to go back to Italy. Maybe when I started to play for Manchester United, and I relaxed a little bit, like that wasn't the way it should be. And that was the biggest regret I'll have for the rest of my time. But I understand it now, but I still have time to make sure those things don't happen anymore.
After collecting 2 Premier League titles, Alexander Kolarov has swapped Manchester City for Roma. Having previously turned out for their arch-rivals Lazio, the Serbia international is no stranger to Serie A and is eager to add to his medal collection.
I won with City a lot of things and I wanted more. I was hungry for a trophy. Then I spoke with Roma and I see that they have the same idea what they want to do, and I think that was a good move for me. I played for, obviously, for Lazio before, and when I came in first place, I was just a young player. Now I'm finishing my career, so at the moment I feel I didn't need time to know Serie A because I had a lot of experience before.
Having impressed in his first spell in Rome, it was an Italian influence that brought Kolarov to England.
Yeah, I was a young player and I had a couple of opportunities, included City, to move, and then at that time Mancini was a coach, and I had a talk with him, and he convinced me to go to City, and I have to say that at that time I didn't know how City is going to be big, but now I can say from this place that was a great move for me.
It is Kolarov! What a hit for his first Premier League goal!
It was great for us because we were growing and we had a great team as well. So I think we could win something.
During Kolarov's first season in Manchester, Mancini's revolution gathered pace as the club competed for a seat at Europe's top table.
Breathing space for Manchester City. And is that goal good enough to put them into the group stages of the Champions League?
As confidence grew, the City faithful felt poised for an assault on the title. The 2011-12 season saw local rivals United take notice as Mancini's men went toe-to-toe with Ferguson's team.
So an almost full house at the Etihad Stadium to see if Manchester City can keep right on the tails of Manchester United.
That game was crucial for us. Then after first half was 2-1. In the end, on the pitch we said, God, we are going to lose this game and everything is finished. And even when I scored for 3-3...
Kolarov lining it up! They have done it! Manchester City may just have kept their title hopes alive in that one moment, that one swing of Kolarov's left boot!
And after the game in the dressing room we were talking, now it's finished there, I don't know, it was 7-8 points, maybe 6-7 games to the end. And then, you know what's happened, everything with that point was crucial for us.
Despite his heroics against Sunderland, the Serbian found himself watching from the sidelines while his teammates fought back to take the title race to the final day of the season.
It has come to this. A month ago, Manchester City were 8 points behind. They are now a nose ahead.
We were 1-0 up and we were thinking it's finished. So when they equalized and then scored the second goal, we were saying it's not possible.
Oh, it's in! Unbelievable! Mackie for Queen's Park Rangers, who only got him taking the lead!
I always had some hope that something is going to happen.
Silva, Dzeko scores! 4 minutes to save themselves! 4 minutes to find their crown!
The miracle's happening just in front of your eyes. You cannot believe it. I remember that Nigel de Jong came with the ball. And Mario in the tackle, give the ball to Kuhn.
Aguero! Staggering! Just staggering!
I cannot remember after that anything. Just when he scored, I think the referee blew the whistle and was finished.
The blue moon has risen, just like a dream in their hearts. City are champions.
Imagine after how many years at the City, in that circumstances, win the title was something really unbelievable.
In the following campaign, the club were unable to replicate their title success. In a ruthless search for silverware, Mancini was replaced with the attack-minded Manuel Pellegrini.
I think just come to the end. Obviously, you cannot be coach for 20 years. It's happened in a couple of cases, but not in our. So I think just he done his job, and we needed some change in that moment. I think that City is trying it. I think it's very important to have that winning mentality. I think that we needed in that time, maybe some change to achieve that winning mentality.
Now Kolarov, able to gallop forward here with Yaya Toure and Dzeko both forward. Kolarov might not need them. Oh, a bullet!
Kolarov became a vital part of a second Premier League winning campaign.
Yeah, obviously when you play more, obviously you have more satisfaction. Yeah, I play a lot of games under Pellegrini, and obviously I was always there for the team, not just me, the other players, and we were happy just to winning. But obviously you are more happy when you are in the first place.
Kolarov spent 3 seasons under Pellegrini. However, the former Real Madrid manager failed to deliver another league triumph and was replaced with the current City boss, Pep Guardiola.
I wanted to have in my career the coach like Pep, and yeah, we had a conversation, and he said me what he thinks about my position on the pitch. I played over 40 games last season under Pep, and yeah, I'm more than happy. It was like a personal fight. Obviously, the English paper, obviously they are always saying about the same players they have to go, but in my opinion, they don't know a lot. To show first in place myself that I'm deserving to play under Pep. So that was for me, maybe even when I chose to come to Rome, I was satisfied, yeah.
Given his ties to Roma's fierce adversaries Lazio, there was a hint of trepidation surrounding his return to Italian football.
I had that in my mind that I was in Lazio. I had a great time there, but then I said I'm a professional player. I'm not from Rome, and that was years ago that I played for Lazio. And then I had a chat with the people here in Rome, and they convinced me to come, and I didn't have any doubt. And now I can say after 4 or 5 months here that I made the right choice. I feel physically good, so I will push till I'm satisfied on my football level. So I wanted to finish my career in a good level, not to be just in some club to play, and I can continue in this way.
I grew up in Bolgare, a small town of 5,000 people. It's a quiet town with more or less everything you need. It was good there. I'm Manolo Gabbiadini, and I'm a striker for Southampton.
Manolo Gabbiadini's journey from provincial Italy to the Premier League is one rooted in family history, but becoming a striker was never part of the plan.
Initially, when I first went to sign up for training sessions in Bolgare, I took my goalkeeper gloves with me because my dad was a goalkeeper, and so I wanted to become like him. But I was the youngest because I was only 5 years old, and as soon as they saw me, they said, "Go and play striker, you're the youngest." As if they were saying, "Go, don't get in the way." And then from there, I started playing striker. I used to watch my sister playing on Saturdays. My parents used to take me. She was my role model.
When Manolo was young, we were always together. We had a close relationship. Wherever I was, he was, and vice versa. We always used to play together at home. My name is Melania, and I'm Manolo's sister. I used to take him to the training sessions when he started to play for the local village. And I used to watch him training. In return, he used to be there for me when I used to play matches. I believe it was important for him to know that I was there.
Melania clearly had a big influence on Manolo's life, but would be a hard act to follow, having made an impact at national and international level.
When I played for Verona, we won 5 Italian championships, some Italian cups and some super cups. Whilst individually, I've also won some personal awards, which are always nice to receive. They're always very important to me.
In 2010, though, the 18-year-old Manolo Gabbiadini was still working part-time in the family business when his own debut in Serie A came for Atalanta.
After my debut in Serie A, after a great experience, a great emotion, I went back to the garage to work because it was the normal thing. It was what I was doing before it, and 10 minutes in Serie A meant nothing, so I had to continue. Because it was a nice hobby, and I was spending time with fantastic people.
Your player is doing a debut in Serie A. It's a fantastic moment. My name is Silvio Pagliari. He didn't let his debut go to his head. I said to him, Manolo, compliments for your debut. It's a fantastic day for you. And he answered to me, Silvio, thanks for the compliment, but tomorrow morning I'm going to the garage. In that moment I was surprised. I said, could take a day off from work. And he answered to me, no, Silvio, because one football match can change my life.
Spells at Bologna and Sampdoria followed, and after scoring 10 goals in his debut season with Samp, it wasn't long before Napoli came calling.
Moving to Napoli and being trained by Benitez was a fantastic thing, because a coach who has won all that he won, the person he is, fantastic. It's been incredible. As for playing with Higuain and with other teammates of that caliber, it was really great, because in every session, seeing them in every game in person helps you grow up.
It was strange at the beginning, because I see him as a brother first, and then a footballer. So seeing him on TV among big names was very special.
Manolo asked to me, Mr. Silvio, one day I would like to play in Premier League. And last January, after signing the new contract with Southampton, he said to me, thanks for the promise.
I chose Southampton for 2 simple reasons. Because they wanted me, they really wanted me, and I wanted to experience what English football felt like, this life, and create a new experience. And it was easy for me choosing Southampton. My standout moment was the League Cup final last year at Wembley, because just 20 days after joining this club, finding myself in a stadium like Wembley, completely sold out, and against Manchester United, and to score 2 goals, it was beautiful. Even though we lost, I have extraordinary memories from that day, so I am happy.
Now he's playing with a good club like Southampton, and is a national team. For me now we have to think only score goals and then can have everything.
Playing for the national team and having made it just as my sister did was fantastic too, because until a bit of time before that, Buffon, De Rossi, these players I only saw on TV, or at least I just started playing against them, suddenly having them in the changing room with me had such an impact on me. Actually, Buffon still does, because in my opinion he is something more than a player.
Knowing that your brother is in that environment, that's not always easy, but still managing to progress and being invited to play for the national team is something very special.
I owe my sister a lot because she was always there for me. And to get to the success she achieved, I think it's almost impossible, because comparing her to male football, she would be Messi, because she won 3-4 Ballon d'Or. So it's almost impossible, and she's done something extraordinary for female football. And I think that people in Italy, those who love Italian football, know it. And this makes me glad, and the merit is all hers.